What happens when one woman's arrogance collides with a man's hard-earned dream? You're about to see how a single complaint from an entitled mother turned a whole community against her. It was a bright Saturday morning in Maplewood. The smell of sizzling tacos drifted across the park, where families gathered every weekend. Mike Turner, a cheerful 38-year-old food truck owner, was setting up his stall, Turner's Tacos. For him, this truck wasn't just a business. It was his late wife's dream. Together, they had built it from scratch before cancer took her away. As customers lined up, laughter filled the air until she showed up. HOA President Karen Dawson, a 50-year-old woman with a pearl necklace, oversized sunglasses, and a constant scowl, marched straight toward the truck. Her teenage daughter, Lily, stood beside her holding her nose. Karen snapped, "This truck violates community aesthetic rules, and my daughter can't stand the smell." Mike wiped his hands. "Ma'am, I've got full permission from the town council and the HOA's temporary vendor license." Karen crossed her arms. "Not anymore. I'm revoking it. You're done here." Mike looked stunned. "You can't just—" But before he could finish, she called a tow company. Within minutes, a tow truck hooked onto Mike's food truck as the crowd gasped. Kids cried as their favorite weekend treat was hauled away. Mike just stood there, crushed. 2 days later, Karen proudly hosted an HOA Clean Park event. But karma was brewing fast. Videos of the incident had gone viral, filmed by a teenager from the neighborhood. The internet exploded with outrage. Next morning, news vans filled Maplewood's entrance. Reporters crowded her yard, demanding answers. The mayor himself appeared at the HOA meeting that night. "Mrs. Dawson," he said sternly, "the town reviewed your authority, and you had none. You violated both vendor rights and city ordinances." Then came the twist. The mayor announced that Mike's food truck would now be the official vendor for all city events, and the HOA would pay all damages for its illegal seizure. As Karen's face drained of color, Mike smiled humbly and whispered, "Guess the smell of justice is hard to handle." The next weekend, Turner's Tacos reopened with record lines stretching down the block. Kids cheered, and even Lily, Karen's daughter, returned quietly to buy a taco, whispering, "I'm sorry for what she did." Mike smiled warmly. "No worries, kiddo. Everyone deserves a second chance. Sometimes arrogance tries to crush kindness, but kindness always rises back stronger." If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because real justice deserves to be heard.